So essentially what we're doing is refurbishing the entire marquee sign. So the electrical is completely torn out. It'll be redone, replaced with high efficiency LED bulbs.
Go ahead.
The structure that holds the sign is actually going to be rebuilt just because of the age of it. And then we'll... Oh, perfect. Sure. So this is some of the new framing that we're building for it. Those were essentially attached back to back and then shoved off the wall. That framing that held them together deteriorated to a point that it needed to be replaced. So that's where we're at now. We can go look at get a closer look. It's an interesting construction. They don't make them like this anymore.
Yeah, give me an education on some of the things that you see.
So, like as far as this goes, one of the things we had to check on is just weak metal. It's old enough that some of the metal deteriorated, so it needs to be repaired essentially. So that's partly what we've been doing.
And where are you seeing that?
This backside, where you see some of this. So this is where the attachment from the sign to the frame went. Most of this was deteriorated to a point it needed to be replaced. So it's things like that. The sign itself can stay because it's not structure, it's holding itself. But this is what will get completely sandblasted down to bare metal and then start over from there.
How are you matching that color?
We're still working on that.
Is that something difficult, or?
It's just a matter of getting the right shade. So we're essentially taking samples of this, seeing if it's faded, sending that back to the organization, making sure they're okay with it. But yeah, that's still a work in progress, to be honest.
How about the electronics, or don't we want to know?
The electronics are going to be completely replaced. Everything. So right now, it used to have old incandescent bulbs. The wiring system was internal to the sign. That's all been completely gutted out. So after it's sandblasted, painted, and refurbished, then we'll come in with new drivers and LED bulbs. They'll still look like the old marquee bulbs, but there'll be an LED inside of them.
What did you learn about that wiring from eons ago? I mean, was it insulated? Was it insulated?
I'm not sure. Did you pull apart some of the wiring, or was that all?
I pulled all the wiring out.
Oh, okay.
This is Judy Steffes.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So we're just doing a story for the Insider on the progress with the old theater sign. If you can give us a bit of an education of what you learned or found.
Well, I think it's almost 100 years old, the sign originally, and there was a lot of rust on it and stuff where I had to repair it, like right here. I had to repair it, the water sat in there and, it kind of rusted it out. Back of here, I had to put this metal on here to reinforce that because it was all rusted out. But,
okay. What about the wiring itself? Did the mice get into it?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of spiders in there.
Oh, there were?
Oh yeah, big ones.
Or was it more weather?
It was weather, yeah. There's a lot of hornets' nests. Big hornets' nests, like petrified ones, like they were.
Been there for decades.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no birds in it though. The birds didn't get in it. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting this thing sandblasted now and repainted and rewired. I had to put all new backs on it. I cut the backs out and I put all this metal on here. You can see this part where I had to reinforce it right here.
So was the older stuff very much built to last? Is the construction of this?
Yeah, it was very well constructed, yeah.
Is it because
just in time it got rusty, it got rust built up on it.
Is the grade of the metal, is that available anymore? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
This is pretty much the same kind of metal right here.
Okay.
But that's weathered.
Sure. And then talk a little bit about the wiring that you're going to be putting in there next.
This thing used to chase at one time, I believe.
What does that mean?
It had like a chaser in it.
Yep.
And what they do is they wire like every fourth bulb in a series to make it chase like that. So
Is it going to do that again?
It'll do that again, correct. So,
Was that unique for the era?
no,
Or that
that's
was-
what they did. That's what they did back in the old theater canopy, marquee signs.
Do you feel any privilege at all to be working on this for West Bend?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Actually, there's a story behind this too, because my grandfather started this company, and he worked on the company that actually built this thing before he started the company here. So,
Did he
kind of
sign it on the inside
No,
or
he
anything?
didn't
Can
do
you
that,
see
no.
part
He
of his
didn't do that.
handiwork? No, nothing, huh?
actually, my uncle Jerry, he told me that. So,
Okay, all right. And then what's the timeline that we're looking at?
I think they want it up and when.
It's going to be probably April or so.
Okay,
As of our current plans, but
Okay.
it sort of has to do with the construction of the theater itself, the refurbishment that's going on there. But no, it'll be early spring.
okay. So the wiring, the sandblasting, the repainting.
That's all going to start taking place over the next few weeks. The sandblasting will get started, and then the wiring probably will get done in March, I would imagine. Painting, then wiring. But yeah, we're now that everything is fixed up, we're going to send it off to be blasted.
I'm gonna have to inspect that steel out there on the building too to see if that needs to be
Yes.
repaired.
The installers mentioned that the I-beams were
Yeah, when I go to
questionable.
survey the canopy,
Yep.
whenever that happens, I'm gonna take a look at that.
Okay, good.
Fix that up.
Are you all working on that canopy as well, or that?
Yeah, we will be.
Really?
Yeah.
How are you going to handle that? Are you removing that too?
Somebody else is stripping it down, and then we're gonna, as soon as that's done, it may be done, I don't know.
I believe it's close, but we're essentially refacing it. So the structure itself is staying there, and we're going to put 3 new sides on the face. So
And
new reader boards.
Bottom too, like bottom ceiling,
Yep.
lighting on the bottom.
An easy project, a challenging project, a fun project?
Challenging. These are always challenging, these canopies like this. Like at Riverside Theater, I did that one downtown. So every once in a while, maybe once a year, these come up.
Perfect. Fellas, thank you very much.
Thank you.